my name is Titania, and I want to talk to you about sensing energies today. Now, in my energy medicine community, this is a healing community, a healing tribe, everybody talks about wanting to see energies, like my mother, who is Donna Eden. She is a holistic health pioneer of the field Eden Energy Medicine, and she has written the books Energy Medicine and Energy Medicine for Women and Energies of Love with her husband, David Feinstein. But when I hear this throughout the community, I always think to myself, it's not all going to be coming through the senses with your sight. You're not all going to see energy. So just let go. Really. We are all so different, and the way energy comes through is through so many different ways, through each of us. And today I wanted to explain that a little bit more. Now, my mother is amazing. If you've ever seen her in workshops, she can show the whole audience what she is seeing through energy testing people as they come up on stage, and it is incredible to watch it in action. And she's always had this gift. She also has the gift of feeling energy. So I have too. When I was young, I saw, I felt, I heard, I did it all, just like every other kid does. When you're a child, it comes in through all of your senses, like children do, like you did when you were a child. Have you ever seen a baby looking all around you? They're looking all around you. Well, they're looking at your colors, they're looking at your energy field, and sometimes maybe they're looking at your guides or your angels around your head. That's what children do. They're taking it all in through all of their senses. But as we grow up through time, we begin to lose these things. So let me tell you about the different ways that you might see, and you might be able to pick up something of yourself, a different kind of way that you perceive the world through your own personality and through your energy system. So let me start with kinesthetic, and that's what my mother is, and that's what I am as well. We feel energy. So you might be one of those kinds of people who are very sensitive, and you're always picking up energy from other people, other environments, and it can be hell in your world, and it could be hell in your relationships too, because you're always feeling for the other person. Now, it's good for the other person, but it's not so good for you. You're feeling other people more than you, and that's part of being kinesthetic. As a child in school, you are the kind of child who needs to really have a tactile experience of the learning process. And that's why I love Waldorf schools. I am a Waldorf school teacher, and in Waldorf schools, oh, it's such an amazing experience because they are experiencing what they are learning. If they are learning about the ocean and the animals of the ocean, well, they're not just seeing it up on a blackboard or a screen. No, they're going to the ocean and having that experience in the water, whether they're scuba diving or whale watching. It comes into the classroom. When they are going into later grades and studying the Italian Renaissance, well, they bring it on into the classroom where they're having whole feasts, Italian feasts, and they're dressing up in character and trying to feel what it was like to be in that time. And then they are saving up their money in order to go to Italy and experience the Italian Renaissance and the artists and seeing it firsthand and having a tactile experience. It's pretty amazing. So if you are that kind of person or child who needs to feel energy, well, Waldorf and Montessori is a really good place to start. One of the reasons that I found out that people are different is through my mother. She sees energy, and And I started thinking about this. I started observing my mother and realizing, oh my gosh, everybody sees her wonderful kinesthetic nature and always wanting to take care of people and heal people. But there is also the other side. She is a visual. And no wonder she's a visual, because she can see energy. And that's how people who see energy, they're usually visuals. And so that is going to come through your senses a lot quicker than most who want to see energy. And so that's how I knew that the sensory systems kind of link up with how you're going to perceive energy. And this world is going so quick, where the other world is coming closer to this world, and so there is going to be more possibilities of all of us opening up to energy for sure. So visuals are the ones who really have a clear picture of what they want, especially if they don't have kinesthetic leading first, but they do have a clear perception. They have this vision, and with children in school, they need to see what they are learning. They can't just hear it, they need to see it. So even PowerPoints and pictures and seeing it with their own eyes is a really good thing. Visuals are also, like I was saying, kinesthetics, you know, getting wrapped up in the other person and not knowing where you stand. That's a kinesthetic, and so you can't feel your feelings in the moment, you're feeling the other person's feeling. Like a visual, they're always seeing what the other person is doing wrong, and so they can't really see themselves. That's their particular challenge and obstacles, and sometimes they don't even see it. But that's a visual. You need to see it. So now I want to talk to you about the visual student. Visual students need to see. They need to see what it is they're learning. Whether it is great PowerPoint, slideshows, or even great pictures on the wall, they need to see it. Bring wonderful visuals to them and explain, have really good descriptive explanations of what is going on in the classroom itself. So with that, visuals also see a bigger picture of, and they have great ideas for the classroom too. They're probably going to tell you their ideas of how to make the class run smoother as well. But because they can see a bigger picture, you as a teacher or a parent need to bring a bigger picture to them so that they are seeing where they started and where they ended up, and the bigger picture in between. Give them some goals to have in their life to look forward to. That'll really help the visuals because they really want to succeed. Let's go on to tonal. Tonal is what I am. So a long time ago, when I was young and I saw energy, I felt energy, I heard energy, seeing was a big part of my life because of my mother, Donna Eden. You know, I got this beautiful gift from her. It's a gift and a and a curse, I feel. But when I was young, I didn't want to stand out and be weird in school, so I shut it off. Like all children can sometimes will it, and they do it a lot easier than adults. You know, I have no idea how I shut it off, but I did. I shut it off. I didn't want people looking at me and thinking I was strange. So later on, my tonal aspect, my sensory system became a lot clearer, and so I hear energy. It's one of the reasons why I'm so good with life colors. I hear the vibrations. If I saw the life colors, it might have been a block for me to interpret what I do with the life colors in the aura. So I hear energy, and all of these senses aren't with the physical eyes or the ears. They aren't. With the eyes, when you are seeing energy, it's not with these eyes. There is like a periphery, and you kind of have to blur your vision, but that will be for the next video. With the ears, same thing. It's not with these physical ears. There is a vibration that I hear. Sometimes I do hear words, but tonals are the ones who have to hear what the teacher is saying. They usually love they love words, and they love poetry, and they love the poetry, the romance of poetry. They love to have someone say their name. That's a big one with tonals. But they take the world in through their hearing. Sometimes their particular obstacle is they don't hear what is actually being said because they hear the tones in between somebody else's saying. And you probably know, if you are a tonal and you're constantly screaming at your mate saying, but you're using a tone that I can't take. You're mad at me, and maybe they're not mad at you at all. They're perceiving the tones. So in my life, I have really stepped back and to make sure that I am hearing the right things and not leading with my tonality. But it's great in the way of sensing energy. I hear energy. It's awesome. And I wouldn't want the sensory type of being visual and seeing it. That's just me. So let me tell you about tonal students. I'm atonal, as you know, and when I am sitting in a classroom, I can't have any other disturbances in the way of unnatural sounds, like construction on the outside of the classroom, or dripping faucets, or even students talking in the class and really disrupting my way of learning. So just be aware of that as a teacher and as a parent too. Just knowing that sound is really affecting the tonal person. They hear things that aren't even there, like I was saying, like your tone of voice. And that also brings me on to the place of tonals always want to be understood. They always feel misunderstood, and many times they are misunderstood because they're always trying to express themselves about what's going on inside of them, and sometimes it's really hard to get those words out and find those certain words to help express what is going on with them. It's all an inside job with them. And so sometimes they don't even speak about it. It's all hidden, and they expect you to pick up on the clues. And many times, of course, you can't, because a tonal can be very hidden of what is really going on with them. So when you are using criticism, make sure that it is sandwiched with wonderful places of acknowledgement and things that they did good, because then they will hear it a little bit clearer. Let's go on to the digital. Digitals think. And this is a hard one for people to grasp in the way of sensing energy, because digitals really want to see. It's a physical kind of thing. A lot of people want to see energy. But with digitals, they go up in their head and they think about it. Now, this is a little bit difficult with sensing and perceiving energy, because the place of doubt comes into their mind as well. It's all up here. It's in the mind. It's thinking about it. What they're really good at is they are really good at putting together puzzles in life. And if you are a healer, you're good at kind of being an energy scientist to figure out what is going on with somebody. It's great for doctors too. They have this knowing sense. So that comes in, but sometimes they can get blocked because the mind is here too. This is the third eye, where sometimes they say that psychic perception comes from. So one of the things that my mother talks about with getting stuck in the mind is you can take a crystal and spin it all around this area here. You can also do it in the back, because the back is the back brain that sometimes shuts off in the place of stress and the fight or flight syndrome. But the back brain is also, or the back side of our body is also the place where old memories and things are stored, and that can shut us off from seeing what is going on right now in the moment. So this is a really good thing to practice, just opening it up with a pure, clear crystal. So how does a digital perceive in school. And how do they learn? Well, they're all going to be taking it in through the mind. They're going to be thinking about it. They are probably going to even know more than the teacher themselves, and are going to be questioning the teacher and questioning their parents, especially if they are one of those new kids who are digital but yet perceiving that their parents or the teacher isn't telling the truth. If you set it up with some statistics and facts and research, then the digital student will really take it in and retain that information. They love this. They love numbers, they love words, and they love facts and research, because otherwise they're going to just doubt you. And usually sometimes digitals also have a little bit of power within them because they know a lot. And so within that, sometimes they like to lead from that way that they are and think that they're little know-it-alls, but they are the ones who are going to be understanding the information brought, and usually also teaching the other kids. So you could also use that to your benefit if you are a teacher. Use these digital kids to help the others. But the place of sensing energy is about letting go. If you're trying too hard, like my mother says, everything's going to block. Even the way that you work with your own sensory mode, that's going to block off too. Be open to how things come in. Now, Nancy Tappy was the one who really founded and created the life colors in a person's aura, and you can go on to my website to hear about more of Nancy Tappy. But she was the first one to coin the phrase indigo and to coin this phrase life colors. And life colors sit on your sixth field. It is your lessons and challenges in life. It is not your day-to-day, moment-to-moment aura. But she was pretty much legally blind, and she had something called kinesthesia, where she tasted energy. That's pretty cool. She tasted energy, and this is how she came up with feeling and sensing color and vibrations and energy in people that were different from each other. Kinesthesia, Nancy Tappy, she's an awesome person, and that's who I take this work from and keep on bringing more and more to you. And I hope she's working with me, because she's on the other side now. Yes, Goddess bless her. She was one of my mother's teachers for helping my mother learn about what she was seeing within the energy fields and the colors themselves, especially the colors. So thank you. That's it for today. Just let go of trying to sense energy. If you are in a practice like Reiki and massage, or a healing practice of some kind, or even in our Eden Energy Medicine tribe, which you're always welcome to come into, you know, let go. Just let go of trying to sense energy from your psychic sight, because it might be coming through some other place, because we're all so different in our energy field. So that's what's unique about each and every one of you. We are as unique as a thumbprint, as my mother says. So I hope this message has helped you find out who you are a little bit more. So go out and spread joy and love and laughter through the world, and light as the sun has come out here. Thank you so much. Until next time.